So we're going to find out how far I have to go to find snow. So we're about 50 miles outside of Phoenix, and it is 42 degrees, and here there's no snow. The tops of those mountains are about 5,600 feet above sea level, and we are about 11 or 1,200 feet above sea level. So we're going to travel from here, and we'll be about 2,000 feet over those mountains. We'll be up in the 7,000 to 8,000 feet elevation area near Flagstaff, I'm thinking, before we see any snow. But we'll find out. We'll also be checking in along the way, give you updates as we pass through different elevations. All right, well, we're a short distance from the house. Still no snow, but it is a little chilly. We're in the little town of Wickenburg, and about, well, just under 2,000 feet above sea level, still no snow. So we're in a little town called Congress. We're about 38 miles into this little trek. We're at just under 3,000 feet, and there is still no snow, even up on the hills or mountains or whatever. All right, engaging sport mode. Sport mode is now engaged. are now 47 miles into this little trip. We are 4,700 and change in elevation. We are on Yarnell, or at Yarnell, town of. We're at the famous Ranch House restaurant. It is 46 degrees, and as you can see around me, still no snow. We're gonna keep working at this, but it is getting chilly for me. A quick stop here in Wilhoit. We're about 64 miles into this journey, and I was just beyond these hills, the mountains in the distance. I was just starting to see my first smattering of snow in the tops of the mountains. So we're getting closer. So the answer to finding snow is 74.5 miles. We saw our first snow. Let's go find some substantial snow. This is not very helpful. Take a little detour. So we're 80 miles into it, and it is 52 degrees, which it feels like about 20. We are in Prescott, Arizona at about 5,300 feet. We have seen our first snow at about 74 miles back down the road. Some of the curves in and out, the darker curves, had some residual snow left there, but I think we are looking for, to put this trip in context, some substantial snow where it's kind of white all the way around. So Prescott is Arizona's mile-high city, and the state building or court building, I forget what it is, behind me, the step on there is supposedly exactly 1 mile high. So just jumped off the bike to check here. In town there is 0 snow, so we're going to move on to our next destination and check in and see if we can find any snow. I can just see in the distance the San Francisco peaks up in Flagstaff. They actually look like the mountains on the Coors cans. Look, it's an Arizona parade. Or cheeseburger parade. You pick. Hi, cows. Have a nice day. So we are now in Jerome, about 115 miles into it, and we're about 5,000 feet. Back when we came over Mingus Pass, we were almost 7,000 feet there, and there was good snow, but I still wouldn't consider it significant. There was only maybe an inch and a half of snow on the ground up there. So we're going to continue. It's about 43 degrees here. I think coming over the pass, it was down in the 30s. So moving on, we'll get rolling again here. We find ourselves in the vortex. No, not the polar vortex, but the crystal and vegan vortex of Sedona. You can probably tell by the red rock formations that are behind me. We're about 150 miles into this little adventure. We're back down to about 4,200 feet. It's about 52 degrees. We are going to be, well, this is kind of our last shot at finding significant snow. We're going to be heading up Oak Creek Canyon towards Flagstaff. We'll gain about 3,000 feet if we make it all the way to Flagstaff, and we should see snow up there, but we should see at least some snow. So we found snow at about 100 miles, and that's kind of where it started, dropped off again because we came back down in elevation. Now we're going to head back up, and this is where we should see the real snow. It is kind of funny that I'm sure the rate of vegans, even though I jest, is quite considerably higher in this locale. That pretty much the predominant smell is the cooking of tasty beef. significant snow. There's a little pile of snow behind me that's been plowed up that's probably 2 feet. I would say that there's probably 8 inches of snow all the way around me. And the answer to today's quiz is exactly 160 miles. We're at 6,300 feet, and I think it's about 40 degrees, probably a little bit less than that. So most of the snow is trying to melt. But that's how long I have to go, or how far I have to go to find snow. This is downtown Flagstaff. And where we part ways, you can go back to being warm, and I can go back to freezing and getting back to the Phoenix area. I appreciate you watching. Please comment, subscribe, like, and share. Adios.